on in, can you tell us where you're from and where the idea for Real Black came from?
Yeah, sure. I was born and bred in Philadelphia. I'm not sure where I was buttered. Um, I started Real Black. Real Black started as I was buying up domain names. At one point I wanted to start a publication, and I said, "Well, Real Black would be a great name for a publication." And this is like in the late '90s or so that I bought the name, and then around 2002, I was back in Philadelphia. Yeah, I'd spent time in New York at New York University. I went to undergrad in New York University, graduate school at the American Film Institute in Los Angeles, and I come back to Philadelphia. And in 1999, I got my first gear. And in 2001, 2002, I made my first feature film. To date, my only feature film was a hour and 5 minute documentary called Philly Boy, a movie about MC Breeze. And from that led to invitations to screen the work locally. And one of the people that asked me to screen was this woman, Gretchen Clausing, who now runs Philly Cam, which is the public access station here. And she wanted me to, because I'd been traveling with my film, I'd seen a lot of work that hadn't been exposed in Philadelphia. There was no Black Film Festival at that time in Philadelphia.
Mm-hmm.
There just weren't that many opportunities for Black filmmakers to get shine. And she invited me to do a monthly screening series then at the Prince Music Theater in December 2003. So we're approaching our 20th anniversary of the screening series.
Wow.
We stopped the screening series a little bit before the pandemic. I'm not sure if we're going to return, but I need a name for the screening series. So I said, why not use Real Black?
Yeah.
So, and it stuck, and then that advanced into the YouTube channel and merchandise and all that other stuff. So it's like a little cottage business as a result.
Wow, that's really, really cool. What inspired the logo?
Oh, the logo?
Yeah.
Guy I met, Wynton Kelly Bannister, named after the jazz pianist, designed our logo. And basically, I said, Pam Grier with a movie slate, and that's what he came up with. I feel like it represents the brand well in terms of black. The blackest we ever were was in the '70s. So a woman with an afro, I think depicts that part, and then the real REEL is the movie slate. So that's the consolidation of the idea, and action, click,
Yeah.
for and that's the consolidation of the idea that we were most powerful when we had hair, and that may be true. I don't know.
I don't
Josiah.
know either.
I'm lacking hair at this point, so I don't know if I lack power, but yeah, so that's the idea there.
That's really cool. Wow. What does Real Black mean to you as you've built it? You've got podcasts, merchandising. I don't know, correct me if I use the wrong terminology, but you managed to screen old Black films on the channel, which I don't know. I just think that's amazing. Different people I know are like, oh yeah, if you were looking for this movie, this Black movie, you might be able to find it on Real Black. And years ago, I was like, what's Real Black? And oh, it's this channel. Check it out. And it just, it's a vault. Like, what is it? So what does all this mean to you right now?
Well, it's overwhelming. Well, frankly, I feel like we built a pyramid with it. Like Charles Woods and we joined forces to share our knowledge of Black film. Charles has 7 decades, five or 6 decades of studying Black images. Me, I'm in my 5th decade of loving movies, And you know, when I reconnected with Charles, and also we also when I did the Dick Gregory interviews, that sort of set the course for what Real Black has become. You know, which is our mission is to educate, entertain, enlighten, and empower through the magic of film. You know, so you know, but there's a finite amount of information that you can put up, and also there's you know, YouTube is not, it's a Wild West, but it's not the same Wild West that it was 10 years ago, 15 years ago when I started my YouTube channel. You know, so especially with the pandemic, you know, it's just, you can't just randomly post anybody's stuff anymore and expect to get away with it. So I feel like what exists there now, for the most part, is the pyramid, and you're welcome to go visit that pyramid as much as you can, and it's going to stay rock solid for as long as possible. You know, but you know, I don't know if you're aware, they demonetized the channel last March.
Yeah.
So we received no revenue, no income from the channel. So when you ask me about what do I think of the channel, it's kind of a bittersweet thing, because I would, you know, we're in the position where we would have grown the brand into a boutique movie label. That was the next logical step, to license films and make them things that were not previously available, make them available to the public in collector's editions, you know, and that got totally curtailed by the demonetization, you know. So that was a big lesson for me as a business person, not to put all your eggs in one basket, you know. And yeah, I mean, for me, I it's always been an extension of my personal interest and taste at the time, whatever Real Black is. And that's also a big issue in terms of growing the brand. You know, it's so connected to who I am. And I know that's a big problem. It's a flaw with a lot of small businesses, small independent businesses, Black-owned businesses. I thought I had dodged a bullet. I didn't name the business after myself. Real Black, it just reflects my own personal taste and love of Black cinema, and desire to see Black people empowered. I love reading the comments every day and just seeing how people discover us, and that gives me a great deal of pleasure to see people. The technology that exists now connects people in a way to their own past. I think
yes.
That's important to me, and then also providing an antidote to other forms of social media, which are clickbait. They use trauma to lure you in, you know, and it distresses you for the rest of your day. Like, you know, I'm scrolling through Instagram, and of course I'm going to stop and watch somebody fighting, you know, but why does it have to be a Black man and a Black woman fighting? You know, it's to get your attention, but it also reinforces this negativity. So I pride myself, you know, as we were growing that YouTube, we were also very conscious about providing stimulation that was the opposite of what the majority of social media is about.
Like positive reinforcement, like beautiful
Well, not
Black
always
imagery.
positive. We had some gully stuff on, you know, at one point we had the 3-6 Mafia Choices was on the channel and things like that, you know. So I'm not somebody that's looks at things positively or negatively. I just think I just want to empower you, you know. So depending on and a way to trick the algorithm also, you know. Okay, so you might love 3-6 Mafia, but have you ever listened to Malcolm X speak? You know, like if you're constantly watching the stuff that we were putting up during the pandemic, we're constantly throwing curveballs, you know, to try to expose people, because, you know, during the pandemic it was like a daily diet for people to watch Real Black and see what was going to be pulled out of the vault next, you know. So, you know, I think we had a nice phenomenon. We definitely had a phenomenal run, and well over 1 million subscribers.
Congratulations.
And thank you. Yeah, I got a nice plaque for that. We got a nice plaque for that. So, and but at the same time, I'm doing this out of my bedroom, basically in Philadelphia. So I have no idea how we're growing or what we're growing into or what it means to other people. Um, I was just very grateful and fortunate to be able to share my passion and joy, something that we had done for 15 seasons locally in
Mhm.
Philadelphia. I was able to make it a global thing, through the use of YouTube's platform.